Hi guys and welcome to Mountain Lake. Mountain Lake is a Sims 2 community that I have started. I had this urge to play an Überhood, so I started one. and Mountain Lake is actually a terrain from Mod The Sims called Maple Lake, and I just look at the pictures on Mod The Sims and I noticed that there should actually be a waterfall in here, so probably some instruction that I did not read, or maybe I have to add the effect myself. But um, the reason I haven't actually thought about it before is that I actually look at this terrain from this perspective. I only turned it around to show you the mountain. Usually it's like I'm looking at it like this. And Mountain Lake is basically where all the pre-made Sims live from all the hoods in The Sims 2. And I'm using the ones that Mara Sim has provided in her life journal. She has an archive for all the pre-mades, and in here we have like all the Sims from the hood, but not the townies and not the Sims from the university. At first I was thinking that I'm going to add the townies that we get with every game, like Goopy and stuff. But then I do have a mod for so townies do not regenerate when they after how to say after they are born. The townies do not regenerate after like they move in to your hood, so they are not like replaced by new townies. And I thought I took those mods away when I created this hood, but obviously I forgot something in because the townies were not generated. And later I was really relieved because I thought that I'm actually really happy that the townies are not there, because there are so many of them and there's already so many people living here. And I know from experience that if I have too many Sims I get somehow very stressed. So there's enough Sims living here even without the townies. And let's see, all the townies have gotten a not townies, like all the Sims have gotten a makeover. And I'm trying to go with a little bit of a 30s 40s British style, of course, with like they have computers and stuff. So it's not like I'm not forcing any specific time period on here, but I really like some of the dresses from that period. So a lot of my Sims, especially the housewives and the ladies who are married, are actually wearing outfits from those periods, like 30s dresses and 40s dresses, because it's just so pretty. uh, the goth here, they are like the dominant family in this hood. They are the only one whose house I kept. I'm not a big fan of the goth house, but I thought that it's kind of iconic, so I let them keep it. And basically everything in this hood runs around this one here, this factory. It's called the brick factory. And the basic thing is that I have a lot of custom carriers, but this this factory carrier is also a custom carrier from all the Sims. And the first level is janitor and the second level is like factory line worker, or how do you say that? And basically anybody who wants a job, there is always an opening in that position, so anybody can get a job from there, and you don't have to wait for it to show up in the newspaper, because honestly I have a lot of careers, so it might take a lot before that shows up. Currently, when I'm still setting up the hood, I am using Sim Blender to set up their careers and the career levels, and I have a mod called the Job Stopinator. So when, for example, people who are working in the factory line, most of them will stay working in the factory line for like their whole lives. So they have a Jobinator. a job stopinator. I will check that mod's proper name later. So basically they have that one object in the inventory, and that prevents them from getting a promotion. This factory career also have different levels. For example, the first one is janitor, then you had the factory line worker, and after that you had like morning shift worker, then you had night shift worker, and then there was something like boss man or something, or general manager, and the last one is the factory owner. And basically like all the other careers are basically like one person. So okay, there's two janitors. Currently only one of these positions is filled, so when I fill the second janitor position, nobody else can ever get a janitor position until one is a slot is opened. There's also, I think there was two like machine technicians position. One of them is filled, the other one is not. So when those are filled, nobody else can get a position until somebody else, like a position is opened in the factory. And the same with the other jobs like night shift supervisor and day shift supervisor. There's only like one slot available for those, and basically everything else is one slot. So you can only have one person who is the factory owner, and that's Mortimer Goth. And so it's very strict with these career things. And this is the brick factory office. It's not built. It's basically going to be a really boring community lot, which is going to be owned by Mortimer Goth. And in there, I'm going to set it up so that when you go there, like when I built this, and you want a job in the like in the factory, you have to go there and then use the sim blender that's there to get the proper job. So you don't have to wait for it to show up in the newspaper, but you do have to go to this lot. And then I will use the customer selector so that you don't get kids there, you don't get old ladies who are never going to get a job in the factory anywhere anyway. So it's going to be like only like eligible people are going to be allowed to enter this, which is basically going to be like men and unemployed basically, and of course Mortimer. So of course I'm not going to like it's going to take forever if we enter each household and then check out who lives there, but I'm thinking that we could I could click on each household and just show you who lives there, and maybe tell a little bit about the families and what I have planned for them. Not all of them I have any specific plans. Most of these people are just normal people living their normal everyday life, but so that I do not forget, this is our first sim. He's kind of living there out in the outskirts of society, and let's just wait for a moment for this game to wake up. Awkward silence. Okay, just waiting for this. I know it's so silly. Like the first time when I load the game and I go either to the family tab or the household tab, it just takes forever to load. And even though this is an old game, it doesn't load any faster than my Sims 3 game. Even though Sims 3 is not, famous for being fast, but I don't know. It's like, I guess. Oh, damn it! I like this hat. It looks so pretty, but it becomes blue very fast. So I have two people using a hat like this. But I'm thinking that I'm going to remove it because it's constantly flashing blue, and I'm sick of fixing them. Okay, yeah. Don't look at these. I don't usually use these. I don't type them anything. I just try to remember myself what happened. But basically, I'm using Siri Sims trait system, but instead of giving them 5 traits, I only give my Sims 1 trait. And he got something like, the original was insane, but I changed it to eccentric because I don't like the insane trait like in The Sims 3. I think I don't know, I just don't like it. And the way I play it there is that I don't like, if a sim becomes insane, I'm not allowed to like interact. I can interact with them. I cannot direct them to do anything. So basically, just running around, being crazy on their own. So I didn't want to have a crazy trait in my Sims 2 game. So this is why I changed it to eccentric, and I don't know. So he is basically, he has goggles, he has a horrible long beard and horrible long hair, and he just dresses in black, and he's going to live in a tent and have an outdoor toilet in the bushes, and I don't know, just like the crazy guy that every small town has. And this is the cook, Julian Cook. So yeah, the great thing about using the pre-made archive is that all their relationships are gone. Instead, of course, they have the relationships inside the family, but not between each other, because most of the time when I try to play pre-made, I think where I failed is that I got kind of like felt like I was restricted by those somehow, and I just never felt that what EA said this sim is actually how I ever felt the sim is. So that's why I gave myself a lot of freedom when I added these, and I like the idea that they do not have their uh, pre-made relationships, so they can build their own stories in my hood. So okay, so the Pleasant, he is, I think the position is called boss man. So he is one of the higher ups in the company, like in the factory. And then we have the Burbs, and I have fixed the relationship, so she is his sister. That's done. But they do not get along so at all, and so that's why I haven't like manually added them any relationship points. I just think that they just kind of like, maybe they were never so close before, even like when they were children, and then when they became adult they just went to the separate way, and now they are living in the same apartment complex, because I'm thinking that Mary Sue is going to start a ladies club, and or everybody who is going to live in this apartment unit will be part of that club. And so he is also actually working in the second level in the factory career, so he's like an assembly line worker, and they cannot afford actually living here in this apartment, like in this house. It's too expensive for them. But she really thought that it's best for her child if she is, well, first if they have like a garden and everything, and if she can live near family. So she kind of forced him to like take this house that they cannot really afford, but this means that she has to come up with a way to supplement the income. I'm not exactly sure how she's going to do it. Her She does like music, and I have bought her a piano, which they cannot afford actually. But I'm thinking that when she reaches level 5 in the piano skill, I'm going to have her maybe give lessons to other sims. For example, I can imagine that Mary Sue would love for her daughters to learn the piano, so then they can pay her a little bit of money when she gives lessons. And this way she stays a housewife, which is a requirement for the ladies club, that you have to be a housewife, and you have to have a little garden. Those are the requirements, of course, and you cannot work outside the home. Well, that's obvious if you're a housewife. Sorry. So yeah, so she needs to supplement their income so they can actually afford to stay living here. Currently she is not so far up with her piano skills, so she haven't been able to give any lessons, but they are still fine for this week and the next. But after that their income is not going to cover the rent, and then they are in trouble. Then we have the Ramaswamy family. They basically, like a new couple, and all they want is a baby. Unfortunately, I had some conflicting mods, and they could not get a baby. The only thing they could do in the bed was cuddle and kiss, and you cannot get babies by kissing. Even though I did read that Henry VIII, one of his wives, one of the Catherine wives, she actually thought that that's how you get pregnant, by kissing, because poor thing was never taught about nature. Anyhow, but it seems you cannot get pregnant by kissing. So after doing some like hood checking, no, after removing some mods that were related to beds and sleeping, I did find one that actually I have two that I suspect are could have been the problem, but both of them are something I don't really care about, so I removed both of them and haven't yet checked like which one is actually um, the reason why they could not woohoo in bed. But anyhow, that's fixed. But they are still not pregnant. He was, I think, a day shift supervisor. His position. She's a housewife and she's going to join the ladies club. Then I have the Ramirez family, and as you can see, they are like quite. They have a lot of money. He is also one of those like boss people in the factory. I don't remember his exact position, but it is. I think it was above him by one step or something. But it is still less than him, so they are not in order in these households. If you, if we think about the position of the dad, but they are actually like the whole time I was um, like furnishing their apartment, I was thinking that this is not their house, this is not their house, but I still kept furnishing. And then when I played them for the one day, I felt like, okay, this is really not their house. I mean, they have too much money. She doesn't fit in with the ladies club because her trait was black thumb, which means that she cannot garden at all. She cannot gain enthusiasm in gardening or anything. I hope you didn't hear any drinking sounds because all this talking really makes me thirsty. So I am moving them. I'll have to pack up all the items that I bought them, and then they are moving. They are going to move to this house or this. I don't know. Probably this. It's the same house. Ah. Okay, so it's basically the same layout. Yeah, it's still not like super expensive house, but um, for some reason I didn't see them like spending money on this bigger and a big house. I do think that they would have stayed in this neighborhood, and this is kind of like my working class neighborhood. And oh, if you are thinking why they don't have so much money, is because they were packed with the oldies. And I always thought that the money, like the oldies, are the one who are rich because they, adopted her, and he's kind of like a lazy ass. So where would he be gotten all the money? So I had them move out first, and I have the no 20k handout, which means that they didn't take a lot of money with them. And then I just had the oldies send them like 10,000 simoleons so they can buy furniture, basically. Then we have in this, okay, this is going to take like 2 hours. Maybe I will split this video in two if it's really, really long. So, because I talk so slow, and it does seem that I'm explaining everything. I hope this is not too boring for you. The Broke family, she is pregnant with her child, but she is not showing yet. And nothing special about them. She is going to work, like Brandy is going to work as a maid. I will explain later how I will do the maid thing. But she's basically going to work as a maid because I always thought that she's one of those kind of like redneck families who had a child while still a teenager, and basically it's like childhood is over, she gets married and she has babies, and she never ever thought about like studying or anything like that. And then when her husband dies, she's kind of like screwed because she has no education, and now she has all these children and she doesn't have the time to go and study and stuff. So she does have a lot of money still left after I decorated their house, so she's not going to like starve or anything. The Ottomas family, I haven't done much with them except that most of these families I actually have not like done anything with their house. Basically, I moved them in. I set their or a season to autumn, and then I gave them a phone so that I can call them. But otherwise, there's usually most of these people are living in an empty house. This row house is the only one that has fully been um, decorated, and there's a few families whose house I have also decorated. Um these guys, honestly, I don't remember anything about them. Also, the Cordelia sisters. I haven't really played these guys so much. With the Ottomans, is that the father, is one of the janitors, and he is going to stay as one of the janitors. He's not going to get a promotion or do any other job. That's his career basically. Then we have this absolutely fantastic house. It was called like the Workers' Union House. It's also from Mod The Sims. Most of these slots are from there. We have the Dreamer family. He is working in the factory as a. I sometimes know it's like even in the same video I keep forgetting what's that one word, like the second level is like something line worker. I said it a few times properly and then I forgot it again. But anyhow, he's working there. He's also doing his art. Derek, on the other hand, is focusing on his studies. McGregor in River Blossom Hill, he's the one who used to run the farm, but I never felt that he actually belonged to that farm. Like the few times I tried to play him, I just didn't feel it. And I think he even got the hates the outdoors trait when I gave the random traits to him. So of course he cannot live in the farm. He is going to start an Irish gang for me. I have no idea what this Irish gang is going to do yet, but he's going to start one. I gave him this really, really huge mustache, and suddenly he looks like a gangster. And then this apartment lot, it actually, you can see the Dreamers. I haven't yet set their season to autumn because I want to start the round from autumn. Also, my round is 7 days, not 5. So when I play one round, I play for a whole week, and it's also a whole season. There's a lot of apartments in this, and of course at first I thought, oh, it's so cool, like I can have like all my Sims living in this one apartment building. But of course you are still stuck to 4 families actually living there. And because I have a mod that those townies don't occupy the empty apartments, which means that this is a little bit laggy because all the other apartments, they are showing up with at least some of the furniture, so it doesn't gray out the other apartments because nobody is actually living there. And I like it because I don't want my game to generate like thousands and thousands of Sims that I never use. And these are empty, so we move here. And you can see that these families, honestly, like these are some of the families that I don't remember so much about. I haven't played them. For example, this Cap family I haven't played, or this one so much. I do remember that both of these guys, they work in the factory, and I think both of them work in the like second level. And the Omaki family, I did fix them that they are actually married. Cape, I think his name is. He's actually married to his wife. I want to see the deterioration of their marriage myself. I didn't like that they were like divorced and she's living like in the family bin. So I thought like let them get married and let's see what their life will be like in this miserable marriage. Okay, who we have here? Okay, so these are the single ladies. These Larson twins, they both of them, like one of them got slacker and the other one got mooch or something. or something. It was like both of them got very like similar. I think maybe it was like she got maybe couch potato and he got the slacker slash mooch trait. So yeah, they are not going to be advancing in any career they choose. Currently, they are unemployed. Uh, and then this Tricot family, uh, when Mara extracted the family, she also resurrected this Tricot family. And these guys are living here. They're not very rich, which is I'm fine with that. And they have not gotten their makeover. You can see it from this girl's absolutely horrible blue lipstick. Well, we can't see it, but she visited. I was playing De La Rosa, and she visited this uh, this business, and I was like, oh, I remember that I need to give them a makeover, which I haven't done yet. And then we have the singles. I still need to fix her skin because I am not going to have any green sims in my hood. Everybody is going to be like at least superficially normal, which means that yes, I will have a witch in here, but she's not going to look very witchy. And then we have the Grant family. This is one of the families that I haven't actually ever played. He's not going to stay in the military career because honestly I have no use for the military career, but he is going to be a cop. I think he's going to be, I will have to check what is the different levels in the police career, and then set him something that he is. I don't like the last level. It's like the law or something, or superhero or something. No, that's not normal enough for me. So I will check what is a good position for him to be, like a police chief or something, and then he is going to be like the head of the police department. And I don't know. I haven't really actually. I've never played this family ever, so I have, other than changing the dad's job, I have absolutely no plan for them. The Riley family. This is just I think he was. What was he like? I think I was thinking that I'm going to make him. I think maybe he was a scientist. I don't remember, but something like middle-aged dad, and then his single daughter. Like, okay, well, there's like one daughter, so sure she's single. A single daughter. No, I mean, but I think that I was planning that he could be maybe like a professor in the university or something. I don't know. I just he looks so normal in this middle-aged hair that, and I really liked him. So like a normal middle-aged guy raising his daughter. And let's go this way. So the Cho family, I do know that she's actually going through school right now. I also kind of imagined that she got married very early, and she was going to school, and then she met her husband and they got married, and then she always planned to continue studying, but then she got pregnant and dropped out, and then she had her child, and she said, okay, I'll stay a few years home and then continue, but then her husband died, and now she's kind of like a single mother trying to make it. And I have a career from The Sims, which is basically like an adult education career. So basically it's like fake college. You go to your job, which is basically as if you are going to university. So she's going through that, and when she graduates, she's going to be a nurse. Loner, I have absolutely no idea what. I have like no pre-plans for him. The same with the geek, except that I want him to study programming, and I want him to go to the gamer, like to be a gamer or something. And he's going to be very like hardcore gamer in my game. And then nervous subject, absolutely no idea what I'm going to like. No plans for him, like pre-plans. His mother lives here, but we will visit them shortly. Uh, yeah, I don't know. No idea for them. They are going to start a family as soon as I start playing them. He's going to. I think I planned that he's going to work at a cop. I'm not sure anymore. And but both of them just want a child, so that's why they are going to have a baby as soon as I start playing them. Cat, well, um, the Tara cat is strange in a way that she has theoretically everything that I like in a sim. She has the name Tara, which I really like. She has red hair, which I really like. She had cats, which I really like. Yet I don't like her. And so what I'm first of all, like I always felt that she is not really a cat person, and that's why I always felt more like she kind of got stuck with those cats. Like her aunt died, and her aunt was a huge cat person, and she died, and then Tara cat kind of got stuck with three cats and a very ugly house, and that's why I actually gave the cats up for, I almost say abortion. What adoption? Adoption, not abortion. I'm sorry. I like. It's not even so late. Only like 8 o'clock, and I feel like I don't know. Maybe I had too much sugar today. I don't know. But anyhow, so she gave the cat away, and she moved here. And I'm kind of thinking that maybe she's going to be some employer in some business. I have no plans for her, honestly. So this um, with the Caliente sisters, you know, I had a previous uh, Uberhood before this one, and in there, which one was Dina? I don't know. The blonde one. She was like a super businesswoman. I don't know. It's like I just got this feeling that she's like so powerful and so smart and everything. And then, but this time around, I really didn't get that feeling from her. And then she goes, and because I always planned that these ladies are going to start a clothing store, because that's what they did in my previous Uberhood, and I thought that it always fitted them very well. And I thought that one of them is going to open like the same shop would have two departments, like shopping and then the makeover station, and they would work there together. But then she got a colorblind trait, so I thought, okay, if she's colorblind, she can't open a clothing store because you need to tell the customer like what looks good, and if you're colorblind, you're probably just going to make a huge like color decisions that don't work. So yeah, it kind of so happens that actually the redhead one, which Dina or Nina, I never remember their names honestly. Maybe she was Nina, the redhead. Anyhow, she is going to open the clothing store, and her sister is going to be the cashier. And that's how they are going to be running it. And they will not be like somebody else is going to have to open the hair salon. But it's not going to be these sisters. I don't know. For some reason, I don't know why this time around it didn't feel like she is the smart one. And I don't know. But I'm really, really happy that they are going to start a clothing store, because when I did the makeovers, there's so many Sims in here that I just could not handle it. So I only gave them a makeover for their like everyday outfit, so everything else is still EA, and that's usually like a horrible, horrible thing. With the Green family, no plans. I never played them. I have no like feelings towards them, so it's going to be like interesting to see like how their story develops. I do think that he got he's one of the technicians in the plant, in the factory, because I think he had like tinkering as his hobby, and then he was a knowledge sim or something, and I thought it was fitting. Most of my sims are not going to be like super rich and stuff, just like normal guys. The mole guy, he is he was a DNA specialist when the game started, and I thought it fitted him so well that that's where he's going to stay for the rest of his life. The one they was not so interesting. When I was doing the makeovers, I was thinking that okay, I don't like these girls, but then she became interesting. I don't remember her trait, this one here, but it was something that actually somehow triggered me that she was interesting. And then her uh, she what was I say, yeah, so her trait was something that made me interested in her. And then her hobby was film and literature. And then I thought for some reason, oh, that she's going to be perfect as a comic. Like she's so super interested maybe in comics. And then I gave her a makeover, and it somehow complemented that comic thing. So now I'm thinking that maybe she will open a comic store. I don't know. It might be a comic store that you also sell the games in it, because there are some games that I would love. I would love my Sims to have a game, like a place to buy all the games that you can buy from the shelf. So maybe she's going to start it, because they have enough money to actually start their own business. And I didn't really feel like where would they work, like in the factory or something. I didn't have any feelings towards that. But I'm thinking comic shop. Let's see. Ah, yeah. Okay, that's it. Yeah, just normal guys. Except this family, Gavigan family. This guy, I don't remember what his trait was, but the way it triggered me was basically like he's one of those guys that promises his wife everything, but then he keeps doing like they barely are surviving, because and the way he gets money is always that he always have some scam going on, and he will say, oh, if this just plans out, then we will have money and we can settle down and everything. And there's like always something new. So I'm thinking that I'm not going to give him a normal job. He's going to just somehow have to like scrape the money from some kind of super weird scam or something. But this is the feeling that I got from him. That's why I gave him the makeover that I gave him. And she just like wants to believe that okay, he's going to, like, this time around it's going to work, and he just keeps scamming other people for money. I don't know how it is going to work out. uh, this is the Roth family. I thought that they are after the Goth. They are the like the second biggest important family, and he is going to run the bank. I have no idea how am I going to run a bank, but he is going to run it. I did download a banker career, so he's actually going to be the head of the bank through that career. Um, but I am also going to build a bank as a community lot, and somehow he is going to run it. I don't know yet how. And then the Goth. Uh, he, of course, is the owner of the factory. So in the custom career, he is set as the owner. And when he dies, he is going to inherit it. And I will show. I have to show you the other family. The guy that's like in the level of the career. Because if in the career levels, if he Mortimer is number 10, the number 9 guy who is going to take care of the factory when Mortimer dies until Alexander can inherit it. And this guy who is number 9, he's not going to. I'm not going to give him a raise to owner of the factory. He's just going to like do the work, and then when Alexander is old enough to inherit, he will automatically become the head of the factory, like the owner. But of course, as his training, I will have him like study all the skills that he needs to have if he would have actually, like in the normal way, continue to gain promotions. I don't know. Did you understand anything I just explained? I hope you did. You did. Cassandra wants to be the head, like Minister of Education. Never happening. She's in the scientist career, and the next level in her career is actually like high school science teacher, and that is where her career is going to end. I am not going to let her get a promotion past that, because it correlates with her lifetime want, which is to be the Minister of Education. I haven't actually seen any of these guys yet in my game. I have so many Sims. Cap. I guess honestly I haven't even checked like how are these related, because he is an elder and they are all like teenagers. So I guess he is the grandfather of these guys. And of course, because like there is no dead people and no graves, so their link between them is missing. So I don't know. I might actually set them up as sisters, and then him as their father, just so that they can be some kind of family line. I have no plans for these guys. I haven't ever played them. I don't know. Then we have the Monty family. So many Sims I haven't given them makeovers yet because I got so overwhelmed with makeovers that by the time I got to them, and there's so many of them, I was like, "Ugh, I can't do it anymore." And that's why I haven't done it. Who are they? Oh yeah, this guy. This is the guy who was living with the Veyo old people in River Blossom Hill. I really like never understood that connection. So he moved out, and they don't have enough money to actually rent any apartment in my hood. So the old ladies are going to send them 6,000 simoleons, and after that they are going to move to the poorest apartment I find, which is probably going to be here, and then they are going to live there. The reason they couldn't afford even the studio apartment in here because I want to rent it as furnished because I'm too lazy to decorate their house. So after that, I have no idea what they are doing. Uh, Yay, she is my witch sim. She is not yet my witch. She needs to take a loan so she can actually move to some like some house somewhere. She is the Tricot family. If you download the one that Mara has in her archive, she is packaged with the Tricot family, and I just thought because she was crazy enough, like she is a science sim, and because she was like, how to say, not interested, I mean, I don't know what that word is in English, but let's say interested. Even though I just said it's not interested, but she was like intrigued by the Chico family, and she went to live there. And that's like crazy if that's like they died mysteriously. Like, why would you go and live in that big scary house? So she went, and with her, I made like changes to her hobby, so it correlated with the idea that she is actually uh, going to be a witch. But I have a mod set that she doesn't get that weird skin, and I don't yet know like if she's going to be a bad or good witch. I don't know yet. But anyhow, with her I made an exception and actually tweaked her like traits and stuff just so she fits the story I had in mind. With the other Sims I didn't do that. I just let them be whoever they are. And then we go here. We have land grab living here. Malcolm. I should actually remove all these because I don't use them ever, and I don't want to see the EA version of it. But anyhow, he got his trait is bookworm, and I don't really get this feeling that he's a bad guy. That's why he moved to a normal like lot. These are, by the way, are not from Mod The Sims. They are from Tumblr. I don't remember who made them. Maybe they show up here, and so nobody thinks that I actually built anything. Pinewood Lane, it's a series of 3 houses, or like 1, 2, and 3, and they fit together so it looks like it's a row house. But anyhow, it was from Tumblr. Somebody lovely made build this. So I never felt that he actually is a bad guy. So and when he got this book, like he's a bookworm, I felt it was like perfect, and he's going to join a book club when I like create one. De La Rosa, she's the one that I have played the most, and she's the sim who we are meeting in the first episode. She also, her trait is nature. I was thinking that she's also like bookworm. No, she's not. She's actually nature. And this is her De La Rosa greenhouse. This is her business. This lot, if you have followed my Sims 3 like videos, You might remember Plantasia that I had, that business lot where I basically was selling all plants. I was selling all outside plants in my hood because I hate okay, hate is not the right word. It's like I never get any ideas how to decorate the outside of the lot, like landscaping. I never have any ideas, and my Sims, usually gardens, are very boring. And the idea behind Plantasia was that Sims go there and they buy all the plants that they want in their garden. So when I then go to their house and I see, okay, she bought this bush and these flowers, and then I can use that and as a base to buy more of them and then decorate the garden. So that's the same thing, except that she's also selling like all these other plants, like everything, all plants in the game that I currently have, like everything from the outside and everything like from the inside category, but only the ones that I actually want to like have in my hood. For example, there are no pine trees. There are pine trees. There are no palms here because don't want palm trees in my hood, so that's why I'm not selling them here. But anyhow, we are going to visit her like next weekend, which is like next my weekend. And then this is going to be the first episode where I play her. And this guy, this is actually the number 9 guy in the factory, so he is like one position lower than Mortimer, and they don't actually know each other yet. um, but when I finish building this business, like this office here, I will have Mortimer invite him over, like there, and then they can meet up and chat because he is the boss. And I'm thinking that he was so qualified that even though they don't know each other yet, he was recruited by Mortimer when he needed a new number 9 guy. Uh, Oh, these guys, yeah, I was thinking, oh, I don't remember what I was supposed to do with that, but this guy I do remember. He's going to be a cop, not like super, like, that. He's not going to pass. He's not going to get promotion past detective. I just thought that he would be a great detective. And this guy is going to open a bar. The only thing is that, at least in my previous hood, I had a problem that when a sim went to a bar, he would gain all the money that the bartender was making. So when you go to a bar, you would actually get out richer. So I need to find out like what mod is that causing that problem and fix it before I start the bar, because it makes absolutely no sense. uh, no idea about this guy. I just think that this is kind of sad. Like he's almost an elder. He's like middle age, almost an elder, and still living with his mother. And he has like no girlfriend, nothing. I don't know, a little bit sad. I do imagine him like living alone for the rest of his life and then dying. That's very cheerful. And then these guys, yeah, no idea. I just normal family, nothing special. Oh, and then we have Don. He is a doctor. Um, I think he was an intern in here, but I'm thinking that he can be a normal doctor and that's it. Like he's not going to. I'm not going to give him like a lot of promotions. Oh, and I want to show you this traffic. This is also from Mod The Sims. It's kind of like 30s cars or something. So kind of like grungy old cars. I love it. I don't like those cheerful cars. Honestly, this probably has been going on for an hour already. And we are only getting to this here. So these are kind of like the like cheaper apartments, kind of like if you want to live in a small, nice cottage style of house. First, I was thinking that I would have one like big lot, which is basically apartments for the elderly. But then I didn't find anything I liked, and I didn't want to use this same one, so Then I just found some houses that are basically built by plastic box, and basically I gave all of them a little bit of a makeover. So these are just we can go through them. Kaylin is the only non-resident sim from the Sims 2 that I moved into this hood. Um, she's kind of like a loner. She also got the loner trait, and I'm thinking that she's going to start a cleaning company, her own business and a cleaning company. And the way I'm going to play it is that she starts a home business, and then when these guys need a maid, I will actually use Sim Blender to invite her over and make her selectable, and then she's going to clean and make food, and then I send her home. And because I don't think any of these guys actually needs a maid for the whole like week. So basically, she's going to come 2 days in here to the Roth household. She's going to spend 2 days a week in the Goth household, and then 1 day a week she's going to be at Don's house, because he is not going to clean his own mess. But I don't think he would hire a maid for like the whole week. He doesn't need a maid for a week. And then when we had broke Brandy, and I told you that she's going to be a maid, well, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to have Kaylin hire Brandy as an employee, and then I can set her outfit. And then when we play her like broke, well, yeah, when we play Brandy broke, we will see her go to her job in the morning and come back in the evening, and she's going to be paid, and that's it. But in my mind, she's going to be working to Kaylin as a maid. And then when other households, maybe they need a maid, they are going to hire broke through Kaylin's business. So Brandy is going to be Kaylin's employee. And when I play these other guys like Roth, Goth, and Lothario, they are going to send, like, every week they will send Kaylin a check, which is for her services, because she is their maid. And then the other guys are going to send this a check as well to Kaylin if they hire Brandy. I don't know. This is like so complicated. It's not complicated. I just explain it very complicatedly. But anyhow, that's the idea, that she's going to be the maid. I'm not going to use the NPC maid. And then she's going to hire like all the other maids that we need. And because it will be unfair that Brandy's pay is going to be like double, if you think that no, like Brandy's pay is basically going to be free because she gets money from going to work, but that money is not subtracted from Kaylin's bank account. At least I don't think it is. So I think that if Brandy does a good job, Kaylin will send her like an occasional extra check. So I don't know, something like this. I haven't played it for even 1 day, but this is the plan. So let's continue as Kaylin, and then we have Oldie. The Oldie household, they adopted Ginger, and the reason behind that is that the Tinker family adopted all the Newson children, and they were also supposed to adopt Ginger, but when I added Ginger to this household, she didn't show up there, and then she disappeared when I came to the to the game the next day. And when I checked her in Simpe, it did seem that she is actually somehow broken, like she had missing character files and everything. So what I had to do in the end was delete Ginger from my game, reinstall new Ginger in my test hood, and then package her, like completely wipe her clean, and then package her, and then add her, and then I had to just fix their relationship so they are siblings. And I tried adding her again to the Tinker household, but it didn't work out. I just cannot add her to this household. It might be because this is full. I did download a mod that should have let me have a bigger household, but I guess it didn't work or something. Oh, it's conflicting with something. But anyhow, the end result was that the oldies decided to adopt Ginger, just like they adopted Mary Lou, not Mary Lou. What was her name? Mary Sue. Uh, and I am thinking that like when they die, because they have a lot of money, you can see. But I am thinking that most of this money actually belongs to Mary Sue. So when they die, uh, they will before they die, they will send most a big check to her, and then Ginger can stay and live in this house. Then we have these guys. I don't like. I need to read on them. Like, are they like lesbian lovers or what are they, or just friends or something? But anyhow, I have no no plans. They're just elderly, retired ladies. And then in here we have this guy. He wants to go and like contender. He would love to travel. Currently, I have no like vacation who's in my game. I do plan on adding them, but I want to make custom vacation destinations. I don't like the EA ones. And he you can see that he has so much money, yet he's living in one of the cheapest houses, and I think this is the cheapest one. Yeah, this is the cheapest house, and that's because he got the frugal trade, so it makes absolutely no sense that he would spend a lot of money on a big house when he's all alone. I have no like plans for him. He's just an retired elderly gentleman. And then we have the goodies. No idea what to do with them. Again, just retired guys. Uh, then we have Una, who loves her cheese sandwiches, and then she also likes to paint. And I'm just thinking that she might open a stand where she does some like sell some pottery or something. I don't really know. She's kind of a hippie-ish girl. This is the Trico elders. Also, they are not very rich, but they are again retired guys. Roseland, he has all these dogs. That's why I had to give him a house with a garden. He could not live in an apartment with all these dogs. They were packaged like this when I took them from Mara. And then we have the travelers. And you know when I said that like all my ladies are properly dressed? Well, you always have to have somebody to break the rules, and this girl, I somehow always imagine her being constantly high, and that's why I gave him one of those jumpsuits from the Sims 3 that were converted, that were just perfect for her. And also him, I don't think he would actually have a proper job. I think he's how he's going to get money is that he likes music, so he's going to probably play the guitar for some like tips, and that's how they get money, and that's why they had to buy a small house, because they are not going to be very rich. And so I don't really have any plans for them so much. And that was it for these guys. Yeah, I don't know, no idea about this. I never liked the whole evil scientist torturing nervous subject, so not keeping that storyline. The Smith, normal family, except that I need to change their skin. And then the Bell household, again just a normal family. Then we have the Kim household. Nothing special here. I don't think I have ever actually played these guys before. Again, just a normal family. The Tinkers, the family from hell, because they have so many children. I've only played like half a day with them and I'm exhausted. This household needs a certain type of mindset before I enter it the next time. He is going to be the minister in my church if I ever open a church. Well, if I'm going to open a church, it's going to be right here next to the cemetery. And the reason he ended up being the minister is because after I gave her the makeover, she looked like a minister's wife. Well, you can't be a minister's wife unless your husband is the minister, and that's why he is the minister. So every Sunday they are going to go to church and they are very traditional and so on. And it made sense that they would, like, if somebody is going to adopt these kids, it's going to be them, because I didn't want them living alone. It made no sense. You have teenagers taking care of children, taking care of babies. No, that's not how life works. So that's why they adopted them. I would have loved for Ginger to be part of this mix, but it just didn't work out. And they do want to have a baby, so I guess I can test, like, how, what happens if I actually give them, like, try to have a baby. Is my mod working? Well, not my mod, the mod that I downloaded. Is it working? And can I actually get them uh, to have a baby? So it's going to be a good test for that mod. Nothing special about these guys. Normal family. Same with these, just normal family. And let's go here. This is the last bit, and then you are free to turn off your browser. The Aspir family, they are the ones who are going to be like running the grocery shop, and they are going to be also gardening in my hood. So they are going to produce all the food. Then we have the Spectre household. They lost their roof when I deleted some CC. And I don't know, this just like let's remove this. So she's going to die soon, unfortunately. I do really like her. And then she I think she got the loner trait or something, so it makes sense that she's going to live here. I have no idea what she's going to do with her life. And then we have the green one. They are going to I unplantified her because I don't like plant sims. I like them a little bit more in The Sims 3 because they have this absolutely lovely walk, like with the flowers, and oh, it's so beautiful. But I don't like. I like eating. I like to have my Sims eat and, use the bathroom and do normal stuff. And when they are plant Sims, they can't do that. They're just too weird for me. So basically, they're going to start some kind of like health shop thing. I'm thinking that they would, these guys who are running the grocery shop, they are actually going to be planting like modded, like CC plants that grow a little bit faster, so I can get more food like in the hood faster. But these guys, but I'm not, I think they're going to have the modded food. And but these guys, they're actually going to be selling, like, if I can, I think there is a mod that lets you sell juice. So I'm thinking that they're going to have some kind of like a health juice shop in town. Um, that's pretty much it. I think I have been talking for an hour. I have no idea, but this is basically my hood. I do need to add more trees because I love trees. What can I say? But even now that I'm in this view, I don't really have to add, like, I don't see it, but I think I am going to fill this a little bit with more trees. Also, I want to add some lots. I want to add a lot in the middle of the forest that's going to be like a forest lot, and I have some CC mushrooms that I love for my Sims to go and pick up there, and I'm going to make that lot so that I know it's somehow possible with a lot a gesture to move the lot so it's in the middle. It doesn't have to be attached to a street because I don't want it to be attached to a street because it's going to be like in the middle of the forest. So I'm really looking forward to someday doing that lot. And also I've loved for if this hood had a train. I just don't know where to put it. I guess if I do make a train, it will have to come like run through here, because it makes sense that then it disappears somewhere there. But then I will have to make somehow the train station, and I don't know, I think I might have to actually move this house so that I can have a train station that's long enough that it actually um, like touches the edge of the train that goes here. I don't know. As you can see, I'm still like in the very beginning of my hood. I've only played like the Pleasant and the Burb and Ramasami for one day. The Ramirez is I'm still in the middle of their day. I'm playing a little bit with the Brokes. Um, who else? I have played De La Rosa. She is now on her Thursday. And then I have played the oldies. I have set up like um, their house and played for almost a day. And also I have played the Tinkers for half a day, like set up their house and played for half a day. And that's pretty much it. Everybody else I haven't touched yet. Oh, and the Curious Brothers. I forgot about them. Okay, so the Curious Brothers. I don't like the idea of pregnant male sims, so I have read already like you can fast forward the pregnancy, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. He got also the insane trait, which is now eccentric, with a hint of crazy or something like this. I'm going to call it, and I just have him have goggles because and dress a little bit weird, and I don't know. I'm actually taking all the traits from a series, absolutely wonderful list, and I am tweaking them so that some traits I am actually dropping because I want the traits to be something that I can easily use in my game. And for example, absent-minded is a trait that I will not have in my game. Like in The Sims 3, if you have an absent-minded sim, they will occasionally drop like an interaction that you gave them. So then they will stand in the middle of the room, kind of like looking a little bit like lost. And that was like absolutely lovely because it's part of the game. But if I want to have an absent-minded sim in the Sims 2, I don't know how would I play that. Like how do I like I start it, it makes no sense that I give him an interaction and then I cancel it. So all these traits that I am keeping, they have to be something I can play without too much effort. For example, if my sim is a loner, and fine, I will buy him a house somewhere and a little bit off like the grid, and they will live there happily in their little cottage. Uh, with these pre-mates, I basically use series list, and after I do my own list, I will probably change some of these. Like there are a few that I don't know how to play, so I will change them when I get my list done. But when I get my list done and when I start having babies in this hood, I will change um, the babies like personality points, and I will change the babies like hobby, and choose the baby's aspiration according to the trait. For example, if my sim gets the green thumb trait, I will set their hobby as nature. And if my sim gets like shy trait, I will put the like remove the personality points from the outgoing category completely, so they are shy, and distribute it somewhere else maybe, or maybe I'll just remove it and that's it. So basically a trait is something that has to be very easy for me to play. That's why I am removing some of them, because I don't know how to play them basically. But yeah, enough babbling. I have been talking for so long. I hope you are not bored to death. um, I am thinking that I am going to do 10 episodes, so this episode plus 9 episodes before I post the first episode, so that in case I for some reason get bored with this hood and never get past episode 8, you won't see like a half attempt in an Überhood. So I hope, well, first of all, I hope you enjoyed this introduction, even though it was super long. And I don't fear, like my Sims 3 followers don't fear. The Sims 3 is still my main game, but I just kind of wanted this as a side game, because sometimes I feel like playing a little bit, but I don't want to start up my Sims 3 game, and I want to maybe play another kind of family. And there's so much in the Sims 2 that I never actually managed to do. Like I changed. I was playing on a Mac for a very long time, so I didn't get like the last two expansion packs. until like 6 months before the Sims 3 came, and then I moved to the Sims 3. So there's a lot of things I haven't done in this game, so I'm really looking forward to that. Anyhow, not going to talk anymore. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and see you next time.